welcome to another Watcher of Realms video, and in this video we are going to be doing a little bit of fun on Gear Raid 3. I did kind of have the idea of the potential for Numera to work on that stage in the Arrogance spot. I wasn't sure how good it was going to be, but I did test it out on stage 21, and I did manage to do it not just with obviously Numera here, but without a Silas. I used Esme instead of Silas, and if you know how Esme works, she does lay down some poisons. It isn't, you know, crazy. She just has a chance of inflicting poison with her attacks. It's pretty much as simple as that. I've got her on quite heavy attack speed, nothing too heavy on the damage, just mainly attack speed. As you can see, massive amounts of attack speed, decent-ish HP, just because we want her to be doing things as quickly as possible when it comes to the attacks. But what will happen is Numera will nuke these actual poisons with her Toxic Surge, and for every poison that she removes, she'll do 50% damage per stack, up to 30 stacks. There's never 30 stacks, it's not a problem. We just have to time Numera's ult when there are a lot of stacks on the boss, and we want to only attack the boss when there's none of the little minions up with the ultimate. Otherwise, the minions will get hit by this as well, and those Grimthorn spikes will kind of, you know, go to everybody rather than just to the one target. And then we won't hit the 4 stacks of Grimthorn spikes to actually proc this Toxic Surge. As you can see, it consumes all the poison effects, dealing magic damage based on the poison stacks consumed. So if we did have 30 stacks, it would be 1,500% damage hit, which is a massive boost to her damage. Now, this isn't quick. I'm not going to try and pretend this is even comparable to having Silas in the team, but it does win and you don't have Silas. And I know there are some people out there who won't have Silas. This is quite a heavy epic team. You can use Dolores instead of Diao-chan. You could potentially get away with using Allura on the right-hand side, or the other epic lord. I can't remember her name. Is it like Alicia or Licia or something like that? This character, it is Eliza. She can just be stealth, but you have to have them very well geared. This is the kind of setup I've gone with. A lord, obviously, on stage 21 or stage 19, pretty much and above, is very, very important. But let's just roll it and see how we do. Okay, we'll start the fight just by building up some cost. And I think this is pretty much standard in terms of how a lot of people do it. We're going to have Idril go down first. And she's on some Infernal Roar gear. I'm not sure if Infernal Roar is better on Numera, but the gear I was using seemed to be fine. And we can use hers. We'll get Esme down early, just to add some damage. And also her ultimate will come up at a good time. And then we'll wait for Laurel. This is, like I say, kind of standard at this point. Nothing too crazy. But we will put down Numera next. And Arrogance is obviously the better character, but there are some people who don't have Arrogance and don't have Silas, and this is potentially going to help here. She is obviously part of the actual faction, the Pierces faction, so she does get the extension on the sides, which will help a little bit for killing some of the minions. And I wasn't sure if she was going to actually attack air units, but surprise, surprise, she actually does. And we're going to try and get a few poisons down on the boss before we use her skill. We'll do it just before she summons. There we go. And then she consumes all of those, and you can see a decent-ish percentage comes out. We're going to wait for the boss to do that attack, because my maul is actually very weak. And then we're fully set up. We're fully set up. And now we're just going to do that every single time pretty much. Wait until we have the ultimate ready with lots and lots of stacks on the boss. And it should hopefully work every single time. We'll keep our fingers crossed here. We haven't got many stacks on the boss right now. And we'll sell her. There we go. It's just funny to actually get Esme to work in a team because she isn't very good. She isn't very good. We'll do the same thing again, which we did last time. We'll wait until there's a lot of stacks. Then we will use her, trying to get as much of a percentage hit as possible. There we go. And all the other hits are going to come in. We will sell... Oh, she died anyway. That's fine. She died anyway. Do this. Can we get her ultimate in time? I don't think we're going to. We could have potentially done it. We need to do hers. We will do hers. It's decent. That was a lot of stacks we missed out on. So again, we'll let the stacks build up. We'll just do the rotation here. Add her in as well. Okay, lots of stacks built up. We'll do her now. See, it's not too bad. It definitely isn't Silas. I'm not trying to say it's Silas, but it isn't too bad. It isn't too bad. It definitely could be worse. And you obviously don't have to use Esme. This is just if you really don't have anybody else. Esme's a potential usage there. And then obviously I can sell off Numera. I can put her back in just so we can get the procs when we do her ults. Just to get the extra damage out. And we can do ×2 at this point. Do her ult to get the proc there. Put her down as well. And we could auto now. And that's it. That's with Numera in the team. Pretty solid. If you don't have a Silas and an Arrogance, it could actually work. Pretty much any other character is going to do better than Esme. If you've got a Yuri, you should be absolutely fine. If you've got a Silas, amazing. We will just check the damage numbers. And as you can see, she did not too much damage. It doesn't look like she did too much damage, but obviously it is going to help out quite a bit. Even Esme did a little bit. I'm not sure if the poison numbers are going to actually work the way the poisons, will they actually add to this actual number? But this is GR3 getting completed on stage 21 without Silas and without Arrogance. Two of the easiest mode characters when it comes to this stage for sure. I will just show the gear of Idril just to show you because some people will see it is decent gear, but it definitely is not my best Infernal Raw gear. As you can see, it's kind of standard 9k, 200 attack speed, 150 crit damage. It's kind of just what you want to try and do. You might have to farm a bit, lots of attack. She's an epic, so you just go for heavy attack bonus on the right hand side. Obviously, if I used my Silas instead, who has all the best Infernal Raw gear, I nuke the boss with Silas with when I've got Power Dominance before he puts down a minion, because my Silas is much more buffed out. Lots of crit damage, and he doesn't need as much attack bonus. But this is for the people who had not been lucky. Lots of epics and rares in here, and if you did get fortunate with Numera, you could potentially get this stage done. Hopefully, this has been a little bit of a help for some people out there who are still stuck on Gear Raid stage. Gear Raid 3 stage 21, should I say. This would obviously work on 19 and 20 as well. I want to thank you very much for tuning in to this little video, guys. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.